I'm here with Ben and Kat, two amazing young people who have made big commitments to Red Cross in Australia. Ben, you've been involved now with Extreme Weather Heroes for a year, but for how long with Red Cross?
I've been involved with Red Cross for about 7 odd years.
7 years.
Over a few different volunteering programs.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the thing that most inspired me, I remember hearing that when Black Saturday happened and the phone banks just went nuts, and you were in the call center in Sydney, weren't you, taking the overflow calls?
I was within the first couple of shifts.
How was that?
That was quite intense.
It would have been just such an amazing thing, and to have to coordinate the logistics of that, but also like keep your cool as these calls are coming through. I mean, it takes kind of a level head, doesn't it? And
yeah, I was a team leader for those shifts, and it was certainly quite confronting hearing some of the stories and having to manage my own people who actually take those calls.
And also your own emotional thing. You know, when you've done the floods as well, haven't you?
Yes, the North Coast floods in New South Wales.
And when that happens, it's just full on. It's like a 24-hour news cycle.
Yes.
Everyone's glued to the television.
That's right.
And you're actually the one that's kind of connecting the services of Red Cross and just helping the public to have a place to come when they need to.
Yeah, that's right, because quite often most of the people who are affected don't know where to turn to.
Right.
So they just give us a call and we connect them with the right services for financial and clothing and bedding.
And how amazing is that? And your day job is you're an engineer.
I'm an engineer, so it's something completely different.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Kat, you were involved with Red Cross in Darwin, weren't you? And tell me about that. What were the things that you were doing there?
I was doing mostly working with young people in youth services and the Save and Mate program, but now that I've moved to Melbourne, I really want to get involved in emergency services and first aid.
Yeah, which in Victoria and also in Sydney, you know, the whole question of heat wave. And fast forwarding some of the projections that were with the scientists that we could have many days of extreme heat. I mean, how do you prepare a town for a future like that? And, you know, really, what are the services that Red Cross has that can actually help through that?
Red Cross spent a long time developing the Ready Plan, which is about educating people about how to prepare themselves, what to do, what to pack, who to contact.
Before any big
anything happens.
Before anything, even like a hot spell where the aircon goes down and all that. And what about during like a heat wave? You guys have a program where you ring around?
We have a program with Department of Housing where we actually call around vulnerable people.
Yep.
So we call them once a day, make sure they're all right, have a chat with them, see how they're going.
Yeah. Fantastic. And Kat, I know you have a passion for working with young people, and you've also got a passion for social media, because you're kind of wacko out there on Twitter and everything else. So once you kind of nestle into the Red Cross office in Victoria and get a little bit more involved, what are the things that you think you can do with Extreme Weather Heroes to just make people get that connection between climate change and getting the skills that can enable you to help out?
Yep. Well, most young people just think that climate change is a given or population increase. One of those is causing more and more extreme weather. So I'm doing my bit. I'm going to go to Red Cross and get skilled up in first aid and those kind of areas in emergency service response. So people can follow me as I go through my training and my background checks.
So we're actually going to watch you tweet as you find out how to get involved. That is fantastic. Because I heard a statistic, which a lot of people don't know. After Black Saturday, 20,000 Australians called Volunteering Australia to see if they could help. And how many could help? 0. Because it's too late after it's happened. So you're actually going to prepare so that you can be there.
So I'm going to take these first steps and everyone can watch me and then come along for the ride.
Whoa! and Ben, you have been a sensational blogger and Twitter and stuff. What do you enjoy about Extreme Weather Heroes and just getting your message out there?
I like it just because it does let me get my message out there and lets me communicate with the wider audience.
Yes.
The wider community, which is hard to do outside of that. And because people are so passionate about climate change,
it's a way to connect.
It's easy to connect with them.
And I even saw the, I think, Engineering Professional Association.
The Professional Engineers, Scientists and Managers Association did an article about climate change and Extreme Weather Heroes.
Yeah, very cool. So when you think about how many young engineers are across Australia, if they could follow your lead and get involved, that would be very cool. Well, we are incredibly proud that you guys are out there doing your thing, and we look forward to following you this coming years.
Thank you.
It'll be fantastic.